stuff, guys. You're moving along at an amazing pace. How are you doing with the concept of value proposition? Are you starting to grasp the concept already? So let's just try to dig a little bit deeper here. So here's the thing I want you to think about. What is your customer's undesirable state before they buy your product or service? In other words, where is your customer, bearing in mind, what can you do? You've got to first of all understand what is it that your organization or you and your organization can do to optimize your customer state. So let's rewind a little bit and say, okay, so think about the advantages that your organization has. Think about what your organization does that your competitors can't do. Now, rewind a little bit and say, okay, so what would the undesirable state be? For example, if you're in the courier game, for example, and you have a business intelligence tool, how could you utilize that tool to your advantage? What state would your customers be in? What undesirable state would your customers be in that once they use that business intelligence tool, they'll be in an optimized state, in a better position? Let's look at my own product, for example. Okay, so the undesirable state for one of my customers might be that their sales teams are not at all achieving their sales targets. Well, that's the undesirable state. Now, I would look at my product and services and I would say, okay, so we offer a blended training approach. In other words, we use audiobooks, we use e-learning platforms, we use reminders, we use classroom-based training, and using all of those, or should we rather say combining all of those facilities or those different training modalities together, what we land up with is a process that doesn't just put material in front of people that they know, but what it does is it enables people to actually embrace, to actually start to utilize and introduce the new tools, the new sales techniques into their daily sales functions. Next, we want to ask is what transformation can your prospects or customers expect after purchasing your product? Now, this is where you think about your value proposition. What is it about your product or service that makes you unique? In other words, what additional transformation can you offer? Because if you're just going to put your customers in exactly the same position they're in right now with their current supplier, why would they change other than for a price benefit? So this is where you've got to really think about it. What is it that you and your organization do better, smarter, more effectively than what your competitors do? Because once you can grasp that, once you can really get your claws into understanding that critical concept, well, first of all, closing sales becomes really simple, and you'll never ever lose a single customer in the future. So what transformation? What do you do better, smarter, smoother, simpler than your competitors? What makes your product or service unique? Because if it's not unique, if it's like, think about it. You walk in America and you walk down one of the streets, and the crazy thing is you'll bump into 15 coffee shops in one road. Nothing differentiates them. What is it that makes your product and service unique? If it's only you and how you integrate, how you communicate, how you probe better, how you are able to understand your value proposition, create a deep narrative around it, and then how you can connect that to your customers. Maybe what you can do, how the fact that you go the extra mile for your customers. The fact that you're willing to do whatever it takes to make sure that you deliver on what your customers' expectations are. So what is the transformation? Or should I rather say, what is the thing that you and your organization do to be outstanding? Why should your customers choose your product or service over that of your competitors? Is it just one of the same? Is it just another product that does the same thing? Is it just another cup of coffee? Or Is it? Now think about all those coffee shops as an example. Why is it that people will go into one coffee shop, Starbucks for example, and be willing to pay $5 for a cup of coffee, when across the street, the same cup of coffee costs $2? Well, it comes down to what else they do. You go into Starbucks, there's an ambience, there's a feeling, there's an energy, there's free internet. You get one of the fastest internet connection speeds. There's a process. There's great connection and engagement, and I guess there is a little bit of snob value as well. So a lot of those are not real value, are they? They're perceived value. So think about your product and service. What is it that you and your organization do that makes you remarkable, makes you stand out, makes you incredible? And I know I'm harping on this, guys, but the moment you can grasp this concept, selling becomes simple. Positively influencing your customers to see that the value that you have to offer is aligned to their needs, values, and expectations becomes really simple. The ability for you into the future to continue wowing your customers, to continue providing the most amazing, unforgettable experience becomes really simple. Connecting your your value proposition, or what you can do, what is unique with your organization, to what your customers really, really want, need, and value becomes simple.